Hi, this is Joey Reynolds with the Discovery Period. We've run out of material, and nobody's really got anything that's pressing to put on the television. There is nothing that is alarming, and nobody did anything really bad. So now they're talking about the best of Tom Cruise movies and other things. My thoughts on that is we have named all these shows after streets in LA. The latest of which is Fairfax. That's the street where CBS Studios used to be. And also a very fine deli named Cantor's, which had the worst corned beef in the world. Oh, let's not go there. Okay, I won't. And the other one, what is it? La Brea. La Brea, that's the new one. That's another series named after a street in LA. Of course, we've had 90210, which is the area code or the zip code for Beverly Hills. We had Sunset Strip, 77 Sunset Strip. We've had the beach stuff was Malibu, all the Malibu stuff. You know, I'm always naming something after a street in LA. And it's a wonder that they don't name it after Laurel Canyon. They did that too, yeah. That's where I used to live. I lived there at one time when it was highly fashionable and filled with drugs. That's what made it highly fashionable. So we have a different society now where we are running out of things, so we got to name them. We have run out of alphabets for the hurricanes. We used to use the Greek. Now we use back to the English names of hurricanes. That's down here in Florida. But the LA syndrome, because all the creative people live there, you know, all the writers, and they have named these shows after the streets. La Brea, for instance, is the La Brea Tar Pits. What is that? Well, that's a place where there were dinosaurs. And at one time, prehistoric, there are bones that have been found, and people have dug up all of their information, and that's become a famous tourist spot, La Brea Tar Pits. The kids love going there, digging up those bones. I go on La Brea because of Pink's, the hot dogs. that's what I love. You know, Ernie Freeman, who's the music, I guess, I don't remember the last hit song. He had a lot of hit songs, but Ernie Freeman used to say, Pink's is the best grease in town. And Pink's and hot dogs. That's the place I used to go after I drank too much in the middle of the night. You don't know what you're doing anyway. And do they have grease. But now they have a new thing, not at La Brea, but this is the pretzel bun. It's made out of pretzels. Oh, come on. The Confusion and the black cookbook now. Black food, it's called. Black recipes, black food. When I have black food, it's only because I burned it. That's why. but this is what we're doing. We're in all these little niche things, and you know, everybody's trying to find something to do other than find a job, so that we create something. We all think that I don't know if we all think, but I think the consciousness of the country is, if you create something that someone else thought of, but you put it on Shark Tank, you're going to make a lot of money. When actually the people on Shark Tank are the ones who make all the money. It was like Jeopardy. The person who knew all the answers in Jeopardy was Alex Trebek. Well, he had him on a card, you know. I mean, come on. There's the smartest guy in town. Well, we love him. But you know, there's something that we've done here that is unconscionable. You know, we've decided that we're going to go into everybody's nook and cranny, and we're going to do confusion. And the confusion, half of it is con. Like, for instance, I put my cheesecake out. You know, my cheesecake was a very bestseller at Bloomingdale's years ago, and now I made mac and cheesecake. So I see where Panero's, the famous Italian place, is making mac and cheese bread. You know, so they got into the ball game. got to give them credit. And people are getting into everything, putting together things that don't go together, because for some strange reason, anything goes. And that was the name of a show from years ago. Anything goes. It does. You know, silk stockings were shocking. Anything goes. Anybody wear silk stockings anymore? Only on Halloween, I guess. And maybe, I don't know, does the Pope wear stockings? I've never seen him barefoot. Can you imagine the Pope wearing those wonderful ballet slippers but you look down at his feet and he's barefoot? That maybe would not be a good image. But the president is over there visiting the Pope The Queen stayed at home. She didn't go to Rome to discuss the weather conditions around the world. She's probably happy to just have opened a window in Buckingham Palace and being able to breathe and get out of bed. That's what that is. And the Pope, I mean, which Pope am I going to like now? We got 2 popes, no waiting. No. And the one, they're still alive. You know, that other one, Benjamin, he's still with us. He didn't go yet, and he's in the wings. He's got another. I don't know how they're going to do this, but if this Pope goes first, does that guy come back? I know it's like Republicans and Democrats. You know, they never go away. They're a disease, aren't they? Yeah. Well, it's true. I mean, come on. Politicians, they just keep coming out. You know, like those. When you go into one of those game parlors, you remember those where they have a hammer and you hit the chipmunks or the creature that comes out of the hole. There's a series of holes and the creature comes out and you take the hammer and you hit you try to get the squirrel or whatever it is. That's what I look at politics like, you know. It's all these creatures coming out of a hole, and you got to hit them with a hammer and keep them down. And none of us really can get them enough to where they stop coming at us. That's the problem. Now, one of the problems is that we have no equal time law. So people like myself, if I decided to run for office, no one would ever back me because I don't have the money, I don't have the party. And how could I run for office? And my friend Curtis Sliwa was running for mayor of New York. He doesn't have that. So that equal time. And as soon as he got on the radio, as soon as he got into running for mayor, he had to get off the radio. I think that was the thing he did. I don't know if he had to. But I believe that when you're running for office, and no matter what money you have or what power you have, you should be able to get on television and talk about it like everybody else is. But I don't think we allow that anymore. It's the equal time law has been erased. And the corporations, see, what happens with those billionaire companies if you start taxing them more, all they do when they start to lose any profit line is they start firing people. So they'll take it out on us. So when they're taxed for more money, they're going to get rid of us. That's what happened to radio. Exactly. You know, do you know there's no disc jockeys anymore? Except for these guys at weddings, and I think also dance clubs, yeah. You could call them DJs. But there aren't any real DJs, no personalities anymore. What happened to all of the guys who were outrageous, who were interesting on the air in the morning and in the afternoon, and you would really